new lawsuits have now been filed against Diddy, who's already facing over 120 accusers, mostly represented by Houston attorney Tony Busby. Now, one would argue he's an ambulance chaser and he's just doing this to get fame. Well, Busby has now announced 6 new lawsuits, 4 of which includes accusations from men, with one of the men being 16 at the time of the alleged incident. I'm going to just get the
allegedly.
Now, in one lawsuit, a Jane Doe alleges that Diddy raped her as a 19-year-old college student. Now, this allegedly happened under the threat of violence in 2004. Now, at an after party at Diddy's Manhattan hotel, Diddy's entourage allegedly isolated and pressured the woman and her friend to consume alcohol and drugs before allegedly being raped. Now, the woman alleges that Diddy became increasingly aggressive, and once she undressed, he forced himself on her and began to sexually assault her. Well, he allegedly fondled, molested, and ultimately raped her. And while she was begging him to stop, now the woman said the security guard who brought them in heard their cries, opened the door, and asked if they were okay, at which point the friend fled the room. Now, the woman claims that she was unable to leave as Diddy was allegedly still on top of her.
Allegedly.
Diddy is also being accused of rape by a group of men. They're saying they encountered Diddy and 3 bodyguards at a Macy's stockroom in May of 2008. The man worked for Echo Clothing and alleged that he was struck in the neck with a firearm, causing him to fall on the ground, and that the Sean John creator allegedly took him to suck his dick before violently sexually assaulting him. Now, in another lawsuit, a man alleged that Diddy and other men raped him during a 2021 party. He claims he was sodomized by at least 3 men. Another suit claimed that a security guard was given a drink and then pushed into a van before he allegedly was sexually assaulted by Diddy. And another woman, Ashley Parham, claims that she met a friend of Diddy's at a bar in February of 2018, and on a later FaceTime call, she expressed her dislike for Diddy, even suggesting he had a role in Tupac's murder. And the men eventually invited her into his house. The men eventually invited her into his house, where Diddy allegedly popped up, put a knife to her face, and threatened to give her a Glasgow smile. She alleged that she was gangbanged and raped with a TV remote. I'm sorry, but my spirit is ready to go home. You know how you be at your job and you just ready to clock out and just be done for the day because that last client came in and just worked your last nerves? This is my last client of the day. Responding to the lawsuit, I'm just going to sum it up. Diddy says it's all a lie, and that Diddy's going to prevail and that all of the truth will come out. Now, responding to the lawsuit, of course, I'll just sum it up. Diddy's saying it's all some lies. Now, Diddy's lawyers told TMZ in court the truth will prevail and that Mr. Combs has never sexually assaulted anybody, adult or minor, man or woman, and said that they want the feds to reveal the names of all his accusers, claiming it's necessary for his defense. And I also heard that they've sealed the documents and sealed all the evidence. So they want this out so people can look at it all. And I think that we should be able to see it all. Again, you put your name on it. You put yourself out there to sue somebody or to take them down. You should put your name out there for people to see. Before we get into this any further, this is overwhelming and exhausting. What do you think?
I'm so tired of this, and I feel like there was a lot of comments being like, is this real? Is this not? The remote thing is fake, da da da. But I feel like it's like the boy who cried wolf. Like, I don't want to say like somebody's not telling the truth, but with all of his track record, it gives true.
And then you look at what's happening to Kanye's old assistant. So if you put these people's names out, like eventually all that's going to happen is his fans are going to attack those people and make their life a living hell. So it's like, I don't know. It's just so difficult because like we talked about this before. I think there is going to be a ton of people who come out and lie, but within those ton of people, there's going to be some who tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
Don't you wish you could just blink and wake up and none of this is happening? It's just too much. It's too much in the sense that there's all these people who allegedly have gone through trauma. Or there's allegedly all the people who are creating non-truths into drama and trauma. Then there's Diddy's children who all have their own lives and brands and who are all paralyzed by this experience that they have nothing to do with unless they were involved, which I don't know yet that I've heard that they are. Then there's all the staff who lost their jobs or the network who went through. I mean, there's just so much fallout from all of this madness that in many ways, I'm praying that it's not true for the victims or true for I just want it all to go away, but it ain't. Okay? Because no matter what happens, even if you just talk about it these days, like this conversation, it goes viral. You know, like Bow Wow, he's now catching heat because he told Roxy, "Hey Roxy," how much he misses the Diddy parties and how all of the allegations have killed the celebrity party scene. Now, before I show you what he said, Lil Bow Wow, Lil Wow Wow, Lil Shamos, you know we know each other. It's too soon. It is read the room. French Montana has read the room and he has left the library. You can't find French Montana nowhere. People are dodging me like the plague right now because they know the questions that I'm going to ask. Well, we got to. That's what we got to do. But Bow Wow, read the room. This is the wrong time. You should be talking about the fact that Freaknik, the destination for all the culture to go to, was happening in your backyard. And we want to know from So Def who was at the Freaknik getting freaky. Because some of y'all had baby oil in the bushes. Okay? Well, Bow Wow, talk to Roxy and Baby. When I tell you, y'all lit Lil Bow ass up, this is what he said.
But when your big homies are also not the right impression or doing bad too, do you get nervous when you see all the takedowns that are happening right now in the industry?
Me? No.
How do you feel about it?
I think it's a very, very messed up situation. You know what I'm saying? I think it's like it's crazy. Like for me, I know I haven't seen anything to like hit the news that, as far as like our industry, that made me feel some type of way like for 3 days straight. Like I can't, like nah, I would have never thought it would. If it is the end, this would be the story of how it would end. It ain't supposed to end like this. Mm-hmm. Like for me thinking on it, bruh, supposed to be on a 250-foot yacht with his wife, leg up, chilling. This how you ride it out. You know what I mean? And I think a lot of us probably never thought that we would see this. But for me, it's like, it's just unreal. Like it seems unreal at times. I know me and Jermaine, we spoke about it, and I'm just like, I would never thought that we would see him in this position, ever.
Even with all the rumors that have always circulated.
Never. Just never thought I'd see it like this. Like, nah. He's like the gatekeeper to the game, to the point to where, what weekend just passed? Like BET Award weekend, it didn't, like the past two, they just didn't feel right. Because there was no motion, there was no parties. There was nowhere to go. Like,
let's be very specific between parties and freak-offs.
No, the industry, like the parties that we attend, like there's me, the Terrences,
I left before one. I never stayed. I've only been to 2 parties and I've never seen a freak-off.
Yeah, but it shows, and once again, I'm separating it, right? I'm talking about him as the artist, the person, right?
Bow, I know what you're trying to say. We've all been to the Diddy parties. I dropped the list on TikTok. Hey, TikTok. We've all been to Diddy parties, so there's no need to shame people who go to Diddy parties. But right now, who even wants to party right now? Like, I don't even want to be around nobody because it's really weird. So what you're trying to say is the scene has been impacted by what's happening, and the culture has been impacted because one of the people who's been a cultural icon for all of us that have watched him from a promoter at Howard University all the way up into being, the brand that he is, and the person that gave the Jason Lee show its legs on Revolt, he's going through a storm. Now, some can say, oh, this is nothing but Diageo, who allegedly hired people to destroy him because of the lawsuit. That theory's out there, just like the theory's out there that he killed his baby mom, Kim Porter. So I understand what you're trying to say. It's just not the right time. Like, it's not the time to talk about partying when his kids are out here trying to defend their dad or protect their dad, and then the dad is in prison, and then the victims are victiming, and then the lawyers are out here lawyering. I mean, like, right now is not the time. We're not thinking about parties. And I hear Roxy jokingly trying to absolve herself of any knowledge, because I'm doing the same thing every time I turn around. Even on my Facebook, somebody said, Are we gonna elect somebody who been to the Diddy parties? We all been to the Diddy parties. I just didn't have the baby oil and I didn't have the dildos. I wasn't in that party. That's the Diddy After Dark, allegedly, because again, I don't even know about that party. But there are a lot of you that were really close to Puff that have been very silent, like Naomi Campbell. Naomi Campbell's name, Naomi. I know we don't know each other. I met you one time, loved you, but your name is coming up. And the things they're saying, Naomi, I don't want to get into gossip, but you know, you've been silent. You've distanced yourself from Brother Love when you were Sister Love. What do they think? And those of you who are close, because a lot of the industry is watching my podcast now because y'all know I told y'all if something happened to me, call Jay-Z. But in all fairness and like, you know, whatever, and Jay-Z hasn't threatened me, by the way, I want to put that out there. I know how to make the internet go viral. I just be talking, but hey, Jay, you still ain't called them. Naomi Campbell was, and I'm getting lots of phone calls about things that they say you that you may have been involved in. Mary J. Blige has been quiet. French Montana's been quiet. There's a lot of y'all that were close that y'all ain't said nothing. Who's gonna try? It's like an episode of Power. Who's gonna fall next? Do you feel it? Do you feel it?
Yes. I think everybody's just trying to stay as far away from the conversation as possible.
Not me. I want to get in it. I want to be in the conversation because I want to know the answers. I want to know who's going down for calling the parent of a 9-year-old and getting them to the house, if that happened. I want to know the security guard who closed the door and locked it while there was somebody in there screaming that they were being raped. I want to know the names. I want to know the birth dates. I want to know the blood type. I want to know where they live. I want to know their jobs. I want to know everything. I want to know it all. Just like we had to watch the O.J. Simpson trial and the Menendez brothers. I want to watch it all because it's not fair that Diddy is in there by himself. As somebody who survived it, being molested, everybody related to it all should be going down. Who dropped their kid off at the airport at 16 to get on a plane to go see Diddy? Or 17? What? Anyway. Bow Wow, I know you're in trouble, but you also did the fake flight on the fake jet, and you survived that, so you'll bounce back. You'll be fine. Well, Aoki Lee Simmons, the daughter of Russell Simmons, who had his own issues with things that led him to go to Bali so he can sit Indian style and pray every day, and the daughter of Kimora Lee Simmons, who had the baby fat jacket that they said was, you know what they said about the baby fat jacket. Well, she's begging the public to have mercy on Diddy's children because, like me, she believes like they're innocent kids who shouldn't be dragged into this. Look.
What do I think about Diddy? I think his daughters and children are such wonderful people, and I really hope you guys treat them with love and respect because they're nice kids. And it's not their fault that anything adults, that's adult business, and they are not adults. My little cousins, they are in school. They are not adults. So please treat them like children. That's all I ask.
She got her parents' genes for real. She looked like her mama and her daddy. I like the fact that she's speaking up for them, right?
Yeah, like her own generation. She's like the advocate for them. So it was nice to see. I like it.
What do you think?
I don't think they're children.
They're his children.
Well, she said they're children.
His 3 girls are children. His
Yes,
4
yes,
girls. He has
yes.
4 girls. He has the 2 twins.
Yes.
The twins who went through the loss of their mom. The other daughter from the other woman. She ain't too far from age in the girls. And then the baby girl. Those are young girls.
Those are the girls,
okay.
Yes.
So now we ain't going to treat the boys different than the girls, are we?
No, I'm just saying I'm not blanketly saying anybody's innocent. I'm not trying to.
The girls don't know nothing about what their daddy was doing.
Yes, the little girls know.
Okay, so what she just said was give them grace. They're kids.
Well, I thought she was talking about all of the kids, and there are allegations about some of the boys. And that's why I'm like, I don't know until people get their time in court.
We are in a country where you are innocent until proven guilty.
Correct.
But now we're talking about somebody who's guilty because he had 500 dildos, 1,000 bottles of lubricant and baby oil and freak-offs. Rescue me, Lord. I don't know. Either way, Diddy deserves his day in court. May not come till May of 2025, which means he has to stay in jail until then. He ain't going to be around nobody, so he ain't going to have no fun.
It's Cinco de Mayo, his trial.
On Cinco de Mayo?
Yep.
And the Met Gala. That's what they were saying.
Si se puede. Anyway, I send in love to the kids and, prayers for everybody involved. Get him
Yes.
off my screen.